Next, you may be asked to write down the expression of probability density and draw the probability density for three different n values, or draw probability density for a particle entrapped within a potential one-dimensional potential box of length L for ground state, first excited, second excited state. How will you do that? So next, now our wave function, again it was root 2 by L sine n pi x by L. I'm writing it so many times so that you write it all this time and eventually you need not to remember it. So UNS is root 2 by L sine n pi x by L. Now what is probability density? If you remember the foundation of quantum mechanics, we've discussed that wave functions may not have some physical meaning, but probability density has. That means U star, which is called the probability density, has some physical meaning. So probability density, say I'm writing it as P, is just U star U. So this is our expression of probability density. So you just, now here U and U star are same because there is no I included here. So we can write it as 2 by L sine square n pi x by L. So that is your P. That is your P. So this is the expression of probability density. So you observe, you need not to do anything. If you know the wave function, then you need to just take the psi star, or in this case U star, to get the probability density, which is in our case 2 by L sine square n pi x by L. Now again, they may ask you to draw it for ground state, first excited state, second excited state. So what will you do? One thing, again, you can take help from mathematics. That means you need to find out the position of nodes and antinodes for different values of n. So what you will do? You will find out the values of x. You need to find out the values of x where px will be 0. That means where sine square n pi x by L will be 0. You need to find that values of x. Then again, you need to find out the values of n where px will be maximum. Maximum is here, maximum value will be 2 by L. That means sine square n pi x by L will be 1. That will be the position of maximum values. And from that, you can draw it. Or what you can do, your px is 2 by L sine square n pi x by L. That is the expression of probability density. Now you know the how to draw sine theta. Similarly, you know how to draw sine square theta. Sine square theta means if this is your sine theta plot, if this is the sine theta plot, this one is the sine theta plot, this is the sine theta plot, and it has some positive part and some negative part. This is the positive part, this was negative part, positive, negative, and the process goes on. If I take the square of it, then all the negative parts will be positive also, because you are taking the square of sine. That means this will be more, that means it will be more, but this quantity which is negative, this also becomes also positive now. So that if we now try to plot any sine square graph, it will look like this. This is our sine square plot. Therefore, if we want to plot the probability density for ground state, that is, ground state means n equals to 1. So we'll draw up to this, just like the previous case. That means it will, this is our P1x. This is our P1x. This is x equal to 0. This is x equal to L. So this is our P1x. So we will plot up to this point. Then if I am asked to draw for first excited, means we will plot up to this. This is n equals to 2. This one. This is P2x. You observe two humps, two sine square actually. Second excited, we will plot up to this. So this is your P3x. Simple. That's how you can plot it. So if you are asked to plot the probability density for first three energy states, This is how we can plot. Now, what is the physical significance of this plot? Why do we need to plot probability density? Now, we observe when n equals to 1, that means for ground state, n equals to 1, that is for ground state, the probability density, that is P, is changing with x in this way. This is the plot of probability density. What does that mean? That means, what is probability density? Remember, probability density is probability of finding the particle per unit length. Because how we have defined probability? Probability we have defined as U star U. That is the probability. This is the probability of finding the particle. U star dx. That is the probability of finding the particle within a small length dx. Isn't it? If the particle is moving along x direction, say x direction, then we mention a small distance dx, and u star dx is the probability of finding the particle within this small length. Whether it is 1%, 0.05%, 0.001%. What is the probability of finding the particle within this small length? That is the u star dx. Then what is u star? Here what is px? Px is u star. This is nothing but u star u. So probability density means probability per unit length. We are dividing it by dx. So it gives the same sense as probability. But the point is that probability density you observe is 0 at the two ends. Of course, at the boundary, there is no existence of the particle, so there is no wave function. So particle must be found within the boundaries. Now, within the boundary also, for ground state, that means for n equals to 1, you observe that wave function, better to say that px increases, attains its maximum value for x equal to L by 2. You observe where the probability density is maximum. P1 is maximum. P1 is maximum at x equal to L by 2. At this point, L by 2. At this point, the probability becomes maximum. That means, if you are asked where the probability of finding the particle will be maximum for ground state, then it is from this curve we can say it is at the L by 2. That's why we need this graph. Similarly, if I am asked for first excited state, n equals to 2, first excited state, that means this one, P2. This is for n equals to 2. For first excited state, where do you expect to find the particle? Like in the previous case, we expect to find the particle at L by 2, at the middle of the room. Now, where do you expect to find the particle? Now, observe the probability density graph. You observe the probability density is now maximum at 2 points, at x equal to L by 4 and x equal to 3 L by 4. So, at these 2 points, the probability of finding the particle is maximum. That means out of several times, maximum times, these are the positions where the particle will be found. Similarly, when n equals to 3, that means second excited states, then we observe these are the positions. These are the positions where probability of finding the particle will be maximum. So if we know this curve, if we know how to plot this px, then just looking at the curve, we can say where do we expect to find the particle. That's why we need to understand it. The same question can be asked in different way. You understand? You may be asked for first excited state, where do you expect to find the particle? Then you just plot it and tell that at x equal to L by 4 and 3 L by 4, the probability of finding the particle is maximum. Simple.